Hello everyone, it's Jamarl Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. Hope everyone is doing alright. Let's see, hope people just kind of carry over from the last video. I think this was maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Let me check my volume. First, I want to thank everyone that helps the channel. That's for everyone that gives to Patreon, Super Chat. Not Super Chat right now, I'll explain in a moment. Or through the link in the description box. I'm sorry, I'm bad at doing two things. That way. Perfect. The channel, the entirety of the channel has been demonetized. And so if you would like to assist the help content, you can give through a link at the bottom. That's not a push, that's more so just a heads up. In case you want to give. I'm sorry, I was looking at, I know there's a green screen in the background. The reason there's a green screen in the background is because I am running an experiment to see whether or not there is a flicker in the channel, meaning the channel is freezing up. If that's a result of me using the green screen, meaning the chroma, or something else is going on. So forgive me, I'm running tests on you guys. I hope you don't mind. All right, so Bill Maher gets it right. So Bill Maher, in this video, I've chastised Bill Maher numerous times. You know, whether it was, in fact, Bill Maher has essentially ran the Democratic line almost hook, line, and sinker, with the exception of on issues of Islam, meaning the Middle East. And even in this case, from the standpoint, if you're a Sanders supporter, being okay with the cheating. Telling Sanders supporters, get over it. How is Clinton all that different? These type of things. This type of narrative that Bill Maher goes along with. I've chastised him in many of videos when he's taken particular topics that I haven't necessarily liked. And I gotta be honest, many of the topics fall in that category. But on this one, in a self-serving way, just like John McCain hates torture. I wonder, why does John McCain hate torture? Has it anything to do with him being tortured? Why does Dick Cheney, why is he okay with gay stuff when the other Republicans aren't okay with gay stuff? Is it because he has a gay daughter? It tangibly touches him. He smokes pot, so Bill Maher is okay with pot. I suspect it goes a little deeper than that, but whatever. But on the case of free speech, or on the case of issues of speech, Bill Maher, just like these guys, he was taken off, if you remember, politically incorrect. Yeah, my stream is flipping out, and I'm not seeing any change from the standpoint of my signal. I'm looking at my signal strength. My signal strength is doing fine. It's in the high, it's in 3000s, 2000s. But I'm looking at the screen itself, and it's flaking in and out. That's not me at this point, guys. That's not my internet. That's something else. But still, let's do the video nonetheless. Bill Maher gets free speech issues right. It won't just be Alex Jones. As someone who was, you can call it lambasted, when he was taken off of politically incorrect for taking a viewpoint that was politically incorrect, if I'm not mistaken, about the 9/11 terrorists. If I am not mistaken, he says something to the effect of, it is anything but cowardice to get on an airplane and fly it into a bunch of planes. I mean, a bunch of buildings. He was lampooned and essentially kicked off the air because of that. He ends up on HBO with this show. Now, the thing is, so you can understand, he's somewhat sensitive to the plight of Alex Jones. Listen to what Bill Maher says in this case. Now, Jennifer Granholm she was formerly a governor, I think it was of Michigan. Was it Michigan? It's one of those northern states. Yeah, she was former governor of Michigan, Democrat. They say something about Alex Jones being kicked off the air. The crowd cheers. Jennifer Granholm gets an applause line, and Bill Maher flips out. Listen to what Bill Maher says, because Bill Maher is absolutely and completely right. Let's see if we can flip this over. Damn. Alright, let's try to do it this way. There we go.
because Alex Jones, who is not my friend and who tells crazy lies about me, is thrown off Twitter, I think, and Facebook and a few other platforms. I think he's going to...
Thank God!
Well, if you're a liberal, you're supposed to be for free speech. That's free speech for the speech you hate. That's what free speech means. We're losing the thread of the concepts that are important to this country. If you care about the real American shit or you don't, and if you do, it goes for every side. I don't like Alex Jones, but Alex Jones gets to speak. Everybody gets to speak.
Sure.
Because Alex...
Agreed. Agreed. But we keep coming back to this idea of what commons means in this new digital era. Yeah, I think Alex Jones should be able to speak too. The problem is, I don't own Twitter. He doesn't own Twitter. All of the information that we put out in our tweets, all of the information we put out from the standpoint of videos, all the information that we put out from the standpoint of Facebook, that stuff is on a private company, and that private company at a whim can change their service, can kick you off that particular platform. Even if you are monetizing that platform, they can eviscerate your business in a whim. What Bill Maher is talking about, he's making a political point, like this idea that we should get rid of Alex Jones is nonsense, while ignoring the underlying point of what that means. But I think we need to dwell within what the political point means. Do we really want a system where people can just be erased? All of our public content is in the hand of private interests, and it can be gotten rid of in a whim. What Bill Maher is saying here is right. What Bill Maher is saying here is right. I often take issue with what Bill Maher says, but there's no point of contention. And he's felt this probably more than anybody else, just because he had a television show that was thriving and was literally yanked off the air on brute force because of something that he said that hit you can say a guardrail in America. So, I don't care if you're on the left or the right. Either free speech is real or it's not. The medium has changed. This is not somebody standing, in the middle of the ground screaming out the top of his lungs. That person still exists, but that person is now on Twitter with 1,000 followers, with 10,000 followers, on Facebook, on YouTube, putting out videos, making a living, doing that very thing. We thought that YouTube could deal with the media side and the commercials, and we could just do our thing. That is found to be a folly. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, you're still giving over your labor to corporate interests, and that corporation has full control and domination and say over whether you get paid and whether it gets shown. And until that changes, this is the landscape. And the catch is, regardless of how we got to this point, this is where we are. What do you want to do now? Now, from the Bill Maher standpoint, I'm pretty sure they probably made the point to Bill Maher that those companies are private entities and they can do whatever they want. I'm curious about what Bill Maher said, and I will look up what Bill Maher said. No, I can't play it because they would probably shut down my channel if I tried to. Yeah, I have no complaints of what Bill Maher said in that at all. The videos you play are much softer than you're speaking. Go Mashi, I don't really have any control over that one. I turn the volume up to the videos as high as I can get the volume, but it plays out the way it plays. If the person who recorded the audio recorded it in somewhat of a low way, it's not going to play out all that loud. That one's not my fault. I'm not taking a hit for that one. Why is it that the right never defends us when we get the platform, but we still defend them, yet the right has the audacity to still stand for free speech? I don't know why the right does that. I would imagine that the right only looks out for the right. But whether the right only looks out for the right or not is kind of besides the point. I recognize that the attack on Alex Jones is not going to stay with Alex Jones. And do I want to really make the arguments when it's on the doorstep of the left Or do I want to make the arguments when it's on the doorstep of the right? I would rather not get to me. The catch is, though, it wasn't just Alex Jones. It was Alex Jones. It was people part of the BDS movement. It was part of the Palestinians' rights movement. You had Occupy London that got taken down. Tell Us Sir got taken down. You have all sorts of channels that was taken down on Facebook, and all sorts of people who are either banned on Twitter or, in this case, YouTube. I guess what I'm saying is, whether the right defends us or not, you can defend left-wing figures on this just as readily. It was just Alex Jones just so happened to be the touchstone for it because he was just the looniest one to get taken down. That's all. He was just the touchstone. No, this is not a green screen anymore. This is something else. I'm seeing my thing go in and out, so you guys are probably getting a crummy reception on this. It's going way up and then it's dropping way down. So I may not keep this video long, or I may do these and just push these up. Let's see. Democrats care for Democrats. Republicans only care for Republicans. It will always be this. Human nature is corrupt. We can never be populist. No, that's not true. And you don't know that. Self-serving or not, Bill called it out. I can respect that side of him. Yeah, I do respect it. But I also acknowledge it's self-interest. It's like when Donna Brazile comes out saying, oh, look at all the corruption, and yeah, they cheated Bernie Sanders. She's hawking a book. She's hawking a book. Omarosa comes out and says all this salacious stuff about Donald Trump. Omarosa is looking out for Omarosa. She's going where she believes the paycheck is. At that one point, she believed the paycheck was with Donald Trump. Afterwards, she believed the paycheck was not with him. That's all. I missed the clip being discussed, but heard about it. Did JT show it on the show? Yeah, I showed it on the show, Garden. I'm putting the link below, I think, so you guys can see it. Yeah, the link is below. It was the Republicans who fought and won the battle against slavery. That's true, but that's a different Republican Party. But I know what you're talking about. Populism is a bipartisan bridge. Populism is a bipartisan bridge. I don't think people are as divided as they think we are. I don't believe it. Yeah, I don't believe it. There are things where you can break down these kind of bonds of trust. And you can say, hey, that immigrant is out there doing this, or that guy is out there doing this. Or you can try to take an avenue that brings people together. I would agree that populism is not necessarily the easiest thing in the world. Because I would imagine you have to get something done in order to keep that population surrounded around you. And that it can't necessarily be a cult of personality. If you want to do anything, you want to grow it in a way where it exceeds beyond the person. Meaning it's a political revolution that doesn't continuously have this existential struggle that's associated with it between the rich and the poor. That at some point you win and you reach another layer of civilization, or human civilization, not just this kind of destroying the world slowly. I'm giving Maher credit for this because I think Maher is right on this. And I still ask the question, why has it gotten to the point where people like Alex Jones are believed? Like, you understand that when Hitler was out back in the 1914, in the First World War. He was out puttering about after the First World War. Nobody believed him. They just thought it was nonsense. Or let's say before, but they thought it was nonsense. It didn't become something that sounded like something a little less nonsensical only when Germany went through chaos. It was the pressure that was applied to Germany that allowed this level of what this guy's saying makes a little bit of sense. We didn't see Germany get obliterated in that war. What was the thing that allowed us to lose that war? Oh, it was the Jews. It was this type of thinking that took place. The paranoia that's associated with a country in decline. Maybe that's what it said. The paranoia associated with a country in decline and the loss of belief in the institutions. Now, in our case, media, politics, How the hell did Alex Jones get such a platform that Alex Jones became threatening to all of these other things? Alex Jones is a goddamn goofball. The thing is not Alex Jones per se, it's the populist rhetoric that's coming from the left and the right that's assailing the political campaigns. That's the reality and the truth of it. Alex Jones was just the first. There were many others after him. And you can make an argument even before. He was just the touchstone. He was just the touchstone. Alright, this is going in and out, and it's annoying me that it's going in and out. So I'm going to end this, and the rest of my videos I'm just going to push up. I am sorry for the weird and bad signal, guys, but I don't think it's the green screen that's causing it. It's something else that's causing it. Whatever it is, it's behaving very oddly. But Jones' popularity is a symptom of a problem, not the cause exactly. The irony is he's created by the very media that seeks to ban him. And bizarre, right? Bizarre. The idea that somebody peddling stuff like Alex Jones can find a business model out of peddling nonsense should get across some of the problems that you have in your system, not ban the guy. Not ban him. Alright. This is going in and out. So I'm going to end this. And I'm going to see if there's something going on with the router. Alright, guys. If you enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. Of course, you can always support through Patreon. Good one on Bill Maher. Clap of the hands. He doesn't get that often. So this was a very rare clap of the hands to Bill Maher. Tepid clap of the hands because it is self-serving. Good one on you, sir. Good one on you. Thanks, guys.